Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
And we're a couple of kooky, crazy kids in love that love reacting to some Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yes, we do.
It's episode number 17 that we were checking out today, and you can get all of our reactions for this in a playlist in the description of this video. Go ahead and check that out. You ready to do this?
I'm ready.
Okay, me too.
Let's do it.
Let's frickin' do this.
This is the bullet that killed Brigadier General Hughes. It's a .45 caliber. The killer used only this one bullet. I'd say it was a good shot, but it was at point-blank range. Now tell me, what is the caliber of the gun that you carry?
A .45, sir.
Here we have a copy of your requisition form for additional ammunition. It says here you fired exactly one shot. What was that round used for?
I fired my weapon in defense of Edward Elric while in the 5th laboratory.
But the 5th laboratory is no longer operational. It remains unmanned.
It was definitely not unmanned.
Shall I send someone to search for this bullet you say you fired?
There was an unexplained explosion at the site. The 5th laboratory is now a pile of rubble.
How convenient.
We have eyewitness testimony. You were spotted leaving the scene on the day of the murder, at the same time as the shooting.
That's impossible!
Calm down, Lieutenant. So what were you doing at that time?
I had the day off. I was at my parents' house visiting. Please, check with them.
Yeah.
They'll tell you.
Of course, they'd say anything.
Family's testimony? That is not admissible as an alibi.
Not admissible.
No one is permitted inside to see her.
I see.
Major Armstrong! I'm glad to see you here, Major.
Is this about Second Lieutenant Ross?
I can corroborate her story. Lieutenant Ross and I both fired a round from our weapons at the 5th laboratory to defend the Elric brothers.
You did?
But everyone's ignoring it, sir.
It's because from the top down, they want to take somebody else. They need answers, and so the Fuhrer is giving them a fall girl.
Scapegoat.
Yep.
You're having a rough time of it, huh? What have you got planned now?
What are we gonna do?
Please don't cry.
What do you think?
I thought it froze for a second. Like that was a long ass pause.
Yeah.
You've never asked for my advice before.
Oh,
It's still unsettling seeing him do that. Like have no
Yeah.
head and like I know he is the armor, but
I'm scared, you know? You and Al have been off somewhere fighting and digging up information. Information that could get you killed like Mr. Hughes.
he wasn't the Fullmetal Alchemist.
I mean, you could die. I'd still be here and you'd just suddenly not be there anymore. It's almost more than I can handle thinking about that. Honestly, sometimes I wish you would just give this whole thing up.
Can't for Hughes. Nothing else. Make sure his death wasn't for nothing.
I'm not sure what I think you should do. I really don't know.
You're sure being
Nice
nice,
answer.
Winry.
Why do you sound so surprised? I'm always nice. Take that back, Alex.
There we go. Now things are going back to normal. And that's what he needed. He just needed a little bit of normalcy. Oh God, such a great scene.
evening edition. Oh, it's here. Excellent.
What? The newspaper? Again?
I'm stuck here babysitting you all day.
Sounded like he just said the nose paper. No, it was newspaper.
Lieutenant Fallman, calling on an outside line. Please connect me to Colonel Mustang. Yes, that's right. 464.
This is that lady from the laboratory.
The one that shot me.
People with the Ouroboros tattoos, the homunculi. How are they?
The newspaper, Ed.
What is it now? What? Convicted of Brigadier General Hughes's murder?
Wait, convicted?
No trial.
Not accused, not
Yep.
arrested for, just convicted?
Nope.
I'll explain it to her later.
Of course.
All right, I'm gonna ask you one more time. Are you honestly 15 years old? I don't buy it.
It's the truth, I swear.
What's that? What's happening?
We've got an intruder. Come on, give us a hand.
What? Behave yourself, got it?
I will.
Lame. I've even tried. You can do better than that.
Hold it! Stay back!
Oh, there you go. Ghost.
Strange, I'm a ghost man. You think you could let me out of here?
Someone's gonna fix your armor.
Just an illegal immigrant from Shing.
I don't have time to deal with you. Oh, where did you say you were from?
Shing, east of the desert.
Come with me.
I'd be happy to.
Busting you out.
What?
Well, hello there, sweetheart. I've been looking for you. You haven't forgotten me. I think of you every time I look at the hole you put in my right hand. Just like the hole you put in that guy Hughes.
No, it wasn't me!
According to the newspapers, you're one guilty soldier girl. Right now, it's looking like you'll be facing the firing squad for sure.
It's not true. They're wrong. If they would just do it properly.
He knows that.
Stay here and be killed for murder, or bust out of this joint with me.
Not much of a choice.
Isn't there anything else I can do? It sure doesn't look like it.
But you better hurry.
Yeah.
If this is how it has to be, I'll escape with you. But you better know a way out of here, metal boy.
You've got spunk.
I'll do what I have to.
Of course, this makes you look even like more guilty, but still. I mean,
Notify every zone in the city. Maria Ross has broken out.
there's no way.
It appears she's with a violent accomplice. They must be caught. If she resists, the order is shoot to kill.
Of course it is, because you convict her without a trial. Don't want to hear her side of the story to the public.
Edward, Alphonse, what are you two doing here?
Ah, you're that guy!
And Link too?
Hey guys, what are you up to?
Whole gang's here.
It's the same of you.
Quit chattering! We don't have time for this!
You.
All right, sweetheart, take that back alley and run straight to the warehouse district. The darkness ought to hide you.
Wait, hold on. Tell us about Hughes.
Get going! If the MPs show up, they'll shoot you!
Lieutenant Ross!
Lieutenant Ross!
I love the intense music in this.
Yeah.
You're Maria Ross, right?
Looks like they got her.
No, he didn't kill her.
But he wants everyone to believe that he did.
Yep, so that he can figure out who really did.
What are you doing with a guy like him?
I'll have to fill you in later.
What now?
No.
Hey there, Fullmetal.
No, it's a different corpse. No. I don't believe he did it.
What happened here, Colonel? Tell me!
Oh. She was a criminal. Shoot to kill.
Why didn't you say anything?
Ooh.
You threaten a superior officer? You forget yourself, Elric.
Ooh.
Don't!
This bastard just killed
Good job, Al.
What? He did? How could you do that, Colonel?
Maria Ross was a fugitive. Our orders were shoot to kill. So I did.
That's all you have to say?
About Hughes's death, I apologize for hiding it. But you do not argue against orders. Just follow them.
No.
That's what it means to be a soldier.
No, Ed and Al aren't soldiers.
Colonel Mustang, you will explain to me what happened here at once.
The message went out that if she resisted, we were permitted to shoot to kill. So I killed her.
I understand the Brigadier General was a friend.
Yeah.
Perhaps then it was one of your men who aided Lieutenant Ross's escape.
One of my men?
So you could burn her to death with your own hand.
I think such speculation is best avoided.
Mm-hmm. And I think this guy just wants to lock everybody up. Douglas, whatever.
I'm truly sorry for not
He's guilt everywhere.
General Hughes's death sooner. Don't be so hard on yourself. His murder wasn't your doing, Edward.
Is everyone here then? Her body was almost completely destroyed. But judging from what little dental work remained, I was able to conclude that this is indeed Maria Ross. It's an awful thing you did.
What?
Turning a beauty like her into a pile of charcoal.
I just don't believe it.
You must have held quite a grudge against her, didn't you, Colonel? Is the vengeance as sweet as you imagined it?
Ooh.
The famous hero of the Ishvalan War going this far against a little girl. It makes me sick.
Please allow me to apologize for one of my own officer's actions. I could never have imagined that Second Lieutenant Ross would commit such a heinous murder.
She didn't.
She was so straightforward and earnest. A truly fine officer.
Fatigue seems to be getting the best of you. Perhaps you should take some back east, where I was. It's a nice place, and lots of beautiful women.
Go get some.
The fugitive is killed by Colonel Mustang, eager to avenge his best friend. And all's well that ends well.
The plan was supposed to be designed to get Mustang to behave himself.
He took the bait. Now he doesn't have a reason to snoop around anymore. His subordinates won't trust him much after this.
What's this?
It's a request for leave.
And there it is.
Is that a no?
Request approved.
Thank you very much, sir.
Ooh.
Yep.
What were you thinking going out on your own like that? Do you know what the Colonel would do to me if he found out?
Oh, pipe down.
I'd wondered. Thought they were in cahoots.
Yeah.
You're just a helpless soldier held captive by a big bad criminal. What were you supposed to do?
Huh?
What are you up to out there?
Building a signal fire?
Young Lord, we've been looking for you.
Wow, impressive response time.
Looks like a party.
Hello, Elizabeth. How are you?
To hear from you as usual. Are you sure your assistant won't give you grief for blowing off work to talk on the phone?
Nope, the coast is clear. She's out of the office at the moment.
So how do you like that? He's whipped. The second the lieutenant goes on leave, he gets like this. I think Lieutenant Hawkeye was Colonel Mustang's nanny or something.
You know, I haven't had a day off since I got here, so I'm seriously considering taking some leave time.
Oof. Everyone here be so jovial.
I could use a nice, relaxing fishing trip. Care to come along?
So he's sending everyone they trust somewhere away that they can talk without prying eyes and ears. What?
Major, what the hell did you do that for?
You listen to me, Edward Elric. This is no good. No good at all. Your automail seems to be broken.
Okay.
We'll have to repair it at once. There's no time to waste. Allow me to escort you to Risenbull for repairs.
Major, what's up?
You're going back home to Risenbull?
I have no idea what he's talking about, Al.
And you, Alphonse Elric. You would stand out too much, so you remain here in Central.
Okay.
Right. We need to make arrangements for transportation right away.
Why wouldn't they want Al to come with them? I guess he draws too much attention.
Yep.
These are my orders.
Mm-hmm.
From him.
Major Armstrong and Edward Elric have gotten aboard the train, sir.
Okay.
It's all coming together.
Finally, everyone's out of the way.
Ooh. Okay.
I was able to locate a witness that saw the man who orchestrated the breakout. Here, this is a rough sketch of the guy.
Oh, he's still alive then? Is there any direct connection to the Colonel?
My money says he's the one behind it, though.
Where did he run off to?
Well, he did leave pretty suddenly, and he's good at hiding.
In other words, you have no idea. You're useless.
Don't blame this on me, you ugly hag. I'm short on manpower.
But you've got plenty of manpower right here. It looks like you're finally on. Bury the chopper. Let it all out.
Good episode. Mustang, what do you think he's up to? Like, I mean, I don't think he killed her, but like, how did he fake the dental records? Like, so, but I just don't believe he killed her.
No, I want to believe that Mustang is one of the good guys.
Yeah.
So like, if what we were meant to believe is what actually occurred, then he's gone very dark, very fast, and done like a 180 to the evil side.
Yeah.
And I cannot allow myself to think that. Although I will say, very interesting choice of words at the end, like, oh, everybody's out of the way.
Yeah.
Not like, okay, everything's set, which would be like, he's orchestrated plans, kind of like what you said, get everything together, outside of prying eyes and away from any like audio bugs that could be, listening in. But it's weird to say like everyone's out of the way.
Yeah, I think that's like, some misdirection. To say like, especially like, the way it was shot and like the music and everything, like the tone, everyone's out of the way. It's like, oh, we were supposed to like led to believe that Mustang has gone like rogue and whatnot. And I think that's more so like everyone's out of the way of like the way of the harm's way. And and everyone's out of the way as far as like the prying eyes or whatever, like out of the way of anybody figuring out what they're gonna be doing, like so they can talk like in private
and freely.
Yeah, and freely.
It's Armstrong, right? Who's our big guy?
Yep.
It was interesting, like as he had Ed under his arm, and he said, "Because these are my orders." If Mustang is gathering everyone, I certainly don't think he's letting them know that they are being gathered.
No.
Or if they do know they're being gathered, they don't know what for. Because I still believe that he was very upset about what happened, believed Maria Ross was dead, believed Mustang did it. So yeah, that is, if Mustang is pulling this off, he is a master manipulator for all of these different people to get them in the right places, especially when everybody kind of thinks that he's a terrible person right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, and it was all set up, like Hawkeye 2, to come in and be like, oh, I'm leaving. you know, like here's my notice. I want to transfer or whatever. And then he's like on the phone and was like, oh, like this is what happens when Hawkeye leaves. So like everything was like set up like as as an act so that it would all be believable. And like when he said to Armstrong, like go, to my little cabin or whatever, and like I don't know, get some or whatever. There's a lot of girls to date up there. It felt like that was like a code word to Armstrong. Like I think that was like what triggered it, because like it'd be weird to tell him that and then be like, oh, and by the way, go get Edward for me and grab him and like bring him home.
Go get laid, but before you do, go get the kid for me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Bring him with you, like
Yeah.
It's just that's a little weird, and I think they just left Al there. Because he was just like, it's just, everyone's going to notice a big ass walking armor.
Yeah, that does tend to stick out.
Yeah.
What did you think about what Envy and Lust were up to at the end there?
I don't know. Like, so what was that in the cage?
I don't know, but it kind of looked like our dude in the suit of armor. Like, to me, it looked like a kind of flesh and blood version of him in terms of appearance.
Well, there was the other guy in the suit of armor. There were two guys in the suits of armor. I thought Edward took care of that other guy though.
Yeah, I don't know. It just didn't look like the one in the cage was just an empty suit though.
Yeah, it didn't.
So I don't know. I mean, did they turn someone into that creature? Like, do they like, and then I don't know. Is it makes me think of like Saruman and how he's making his like Uruk-hai army by breeding orcs and whatnot.
Yeah.
I'm like, are they doing something kind of like that where they're sort of breeding their own muscle in some capacity?
So the guy that was like in charge of the investigation, like I think it was Henry Douglas. Do you think that he was in on the plot, or do you think he was just like following orders and like this is like where all the evidence pointed, and so like he was going after her? Because the way like he went after Mustang for like killing her seems like pretty harsh.
Yeah, I think he was being manipulated.
Okay, yeah.
And I think doing his job just dictated that he followed the evidence, and somebody was leaving him evidence that would point a certain direction. And yeah, the doctor's takedown of Mustang too. Like, if Maria Ross truly had done this, it would be terrible. But that is what a proper trial is for, and evidence, and it's so that people can buy into the conviction. Yeah. Like, if she really did this, let's see the evidence. Let's get everyone to buy into the conviction so that we know she's guilty. She didn't get any of that. It was just boom, front page, she's convicted. There was no trial at all, or if there was, it was like a sham trial that lasted a hot minute, and that was it.
Well, there was a trial because she didn't even know that she was convicted of it. She's she's like what? Like she was in jail, but she didn't know that she was convicted. She was being held, but she didn't know that she was convicted already. So to like put in the papers that she did it. It wasn't even just like suspected of, it was like convicted of. So she didn't even know what was going on, which is why it's weird that he would, I don't know, I mean, it's just the way the military works. Like there's military trials.
Yeah, there's Jaglers, the JAG Corps is the entire military branch of justice, basically.
Yeah.
No, I think
this world might be different.
And part of why I think the doctor and what's his face, the investigator, were having a hard time too, is because like if you've been in this world long enough, you kind of get a sense of how things are supposed to go.
And so I thought they were the same guy.
No, the doctor was different. Who came out and did like the autopsy?
Oh, okay. All right. I thought they were the same dude.
But like you get around this, like how it's supposed to go, and clearly this is not the way it is supposed to go. And so with that in mind, it's gonna feel fishy.
Yeah.
And so there's going to be, suspicion of whether or not she's guilty. Now add to that an expedited timeline, a conviction out of nowhere. She's actually looking less guilty, but somebody got trigger happy and just killed her.
Yeah.
Like, that's going to create backlash.
Yeah, agreed. I love the scene with Winry and Al and Ed when they were talking about, Hughes and like what you do next. First of all, that pause, like I'm like I seriously thought like our internet was going out. I'm like I don't see like the little spinny wheel or anything like that. It was like it was probably only like 3 seconds, but it felt like 10. That it was just nothing happening and it was like on the same shot and like nobody was moving. But I love that scene because when you're dealing with death of a loved one and loss and everything, it's just like it does sort of like just, I don't know, especially like at that age, like just being young, it sort of like alters things for you. And like you do start to worry about like death of like, oh my gosh, am I gonna have to worry about like Al dying? Like, who else is gonna die? Like, how many people how many times am I gonna have to go through this? And then so it just becomes a lot more real life and death. And also just like the return to normalcy. Like that's what you kind of like need, because everything just doesn't feel normal. It doesn't feel real. So that's why I love that little moment where it starts to go back to like, oh, she's yelling at Al. She's like, what do you mean? Like, I'm the nicest person ever. And then just a little smile from Ed being like, oh, this is like, yeah, like this is normal. This is what I needed. Like takes your mind off things.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, when you go through a loss, it's like the world shifted on its axis.
Yeah.
A return to normalcy lets you know that it's going to keep spinning.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Let us know what you thought about this down below in the comments. And thanks so much for checking out our reaction for Fullmetal Alchemist, which keep in mind.
That our reaction is definitely not definitive.